Fernandez, and welcome to my channel, Gamers Genie. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing video on the game Disney Villainous, Sugar and Spite. This is the latest expansion for, expand alone, I should say, for the Disney Villainous series. This one only comes with 2 characters. It's going to come with King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph and Shere Khan from the Jungle Book and the Jungle Book 2. But I think this is mostly going to focus on the Jungle Book, not Jungle Book 2. So no Shanti and no Rajan, I think is his name, is the kid's name. But you know, this is the Target edition because I'm that impatient. I couldn't wait for it to be released publicly, so I got the Target edition. That's why it looks like this. This is what that's going to look like. I don't know what the King Candy mover is going to look like compared to the regular. I'm going to have to look that up on Board Game Geek. But without further ado, let's crack this nut open, see what's inside. Okay, so we got our game right here. Once again, this is a sleeve. If you get the game outside of Target, what the box is going to look like, it'll just look like that. So this will not be in there at all. And we're just going to have that. So it's just the silhouette of King Candy, and it'll say Sugar and Spite on the front and say Disney Villainous. In the back it shows their King Candy and Shere Khan and what their marker is going to look like. The cards, the marker for King Candy will look a little different. It'll still be the same, but there's going to be like a slight difference in the original, in the non-Target version. So, but all in all, everything will still be the same. Just the King Candy's mover will be slightly different. Slightly, very slightly. I'm gonna try to take the box lid off. I don't know why. It's always so hard to take the lids off. Ooh, that's new. That is new. That's interesting. Okay. Well, here's our rule book. This is to teach you how to play Villainous. I think I'll just start with the realms, and then I'll just work my way in. Oh, no special. That's a little. This is a little different. I like the. I do like the sprinkles. That's pretty nice inside. That's a new thing. So we're gonna take out the realms. Okay, we're gonna start by showing off King Candy's realm. King Candy's goal is past the start or past the start/finish line with a glitch attached to Vanellope. And as you can see, unlike a lot of other ones, this one's formed more of a racetrack. It's not built like normal, like a normal realm. So I like how they're incorporating the Sugar Rush theme into the game. Oh, and he says, "Welcome to the boss level." So we got Shere Khan. He has to defeat Mowgli when there's no fire in his realm. And he says, "Now I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to count to 10. It makes the chase more interesting. For me. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what's interesting about Shere Khan, I actually found out when I looked this up on Wikipedia, is he only has pretty much only one thing at the top of each of his realms. The only place where he gets 2 actions is the Wastelands. He does not get 2 actions in every other location. So only below does he get 3 actions, and over there and over on the end of the board, his realm, we get 2, which is the traditional one usually. But I think it's a nice nice touch right there. I'm gonna put these 2 So these are our standard tokens for power and making people can get plus and minus. That's where they are. Okay. So in here we have our villains guides. These basically tell you how to do their villainous objectives, and these are player aids to tell you like what's the different actions and everything like that. Just the basic stuff. These have more advanced stuff in them. The basic stuff for the games, like, you know, this is what basically every villain should have. Not all of them will have it, but they should have it. And so we'll start with the movers. Here's Shere Khan's. It's kind of like an old Indian tiger statue, which is really cool. It goes with the theme of the Jungle Book, which takes place in India. So it makes sense that it looked like that. Then we got King Candies. I'm going to assume it's not going to look as solid if you got the non-Target edition. This one's very solid. I know it's pink. It's going to be pink regardless of... it's salmon. It's salmon, not pink. Salmon. So... King Candy, it'll look probably more like this with the color and not as solid. This looks like a solid piece of bubble gum. So if you get the non-Target edition, chances are it'll be more translucent like the Shere Khan one instead of like this one. I'm just theorizing. Jordan likes bubblegum. She just wants to make sure that you know. Now I want to show you this before I open up the game. So this is very different from a lot of Villainesses. Usually it's just like, you know, a black little area and then you can stick the markers there. This one's got like birthday cake with sprinkles. And one of the other cool parts is you can see the markers for the other sets of Villainous and what their games look like. So these are the other expansions and the markers that you can get with them, the villains. And I thought that was pretty cool. This is a nice touch right there. Nice touch. So we're gonna start packing this up because you know me. I'm Mr. Pack It Up as we go along, and I like the space. I'm not gonna lie, I like the space. Okay, let's see. Which one should I start off with? Well, Jordan says Shere Khan. So I will start off with Shere Khan, and then we will move on to King Candy. Now the one thing I do have a little bit of an issue with this is we don't have two separate locations for the decks. We just have one location for the deck. And by the way, if you do hear a weird noise in this video, that's just the fan that we have going on because it is like 80 something where we are right now. It's been in the 80s/90s for a while. So as usual, we will start with the hero deck and we will move on to the villain deck. So we have Mowgli, who is our main target of death. We need to kill him. Mowgli has an ability. When Mowgli is played, you move or moved, add a fire token to his location because he's a child and he likes to set things on fire at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert if you've never seen The Jungle Book. And we got Baloo. When another hero would be defeated, place a power token on Baloo. Instead, when Baloo has 3 power tokens on him, discard the power tokens on Baloo. We got Bagheera. I'm not going to read all the abilities. And then we have the Wolf Pack. We have the Jungle Patrol, Colonel Hathi's troop. We have the Vultures. A little fun fact, the Beatles actually originally were supposed to be the voice of the Vultures when they were making the Jungle Book. However, John Lennon did say no. He's My Friend. Got a couple of those. Tiger by the Tail. But the other end has teeth. And Man's Red Fire. This will help with the fire tokens to slow Shere Khan down. And we're going to put that right here. Put that right there. And now we have the villain deck. And by the way, I think this back is one of the coolest backs, and that's coming from me, who loves Jafar and who loves Aladdin and everything like that. This is one of the coolest backs for Disney Villainous thus far. I think Shere Khan has one of the coolest backs with there. You know, you got him, you got Ka, and then you have his claw coming up to get Ka. And speaking of which, there's Ka. We got King Louie, the monkeys. Love the artwork of these Villainous games. They're so great. We actually me and Jordan have met the designer of this game, Michael Mulville, for a while now. We've known him for a while. He knows his stuff. He's a great guy. And he's taught us how to play a lot of these Villainous games when we're at Gen Con. So shout out to Michael. Hello, Michael, if you're watching.
Don't forget Horrified American Monsters. He taught us how to play that too at Gen Con.
But he also designed that, so that's pretty cool. Hey cuz, it's me, Shere Khan. By the way, I do like the original voice actor. I think it was Thurl Ravenscroft who originally voiced Shere Khan in the original one. I think the one in the sequel did a pretty okay job, but it's still not as good. It's just not as good for me. I think that's just coming from, like, I grew up with watching the Jungle Book. I grew up watching that movie, so it's like it's kind of harder for me to like do that, because I know my brother Keith, he kind of saw the Jungle Book too when he was my age when I saw the first Jungle Book, so he probably has a bigger draw to that. However, I had a bigger draw to, you know, the original Jungle Book. Ooh, this is like one of my favorite cards, Bravo Bravo, because you can play this card without using a play a card action. That's like amazing. It's not a condition either, though. So if you guys have played this already, please let me know how that works. Because, you know, the rule book in my head is saying, okay, we need to be at a play a card action in order to play a card. But there's a card that says you don't need to be at a play a card action in order to play that card. Okay, so we're going to do the hero deck of King Candy, and then we're going to move on to the villain deck. Okay, so we got Vanellope von Schweetz. This, we need to make sure she has a glitch in order to win this as King Candy. We have Wreck-It Ralph right here. Fix-It Felix. We have Sergeant Calhoun. And then we have Princess Vanellope. Then we have Vanellope's medal, which is the medal that she gave Ralph at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Wreck-It Ralph. I don't know who hasn't seen this movie, because, you know, even this movie's kind of getting up there in age. So it's kind of hard for people not to see that. We got her cart. We got the unfinished level. And we have what's with all the magic sparkles, and it just glazed me. It's the pun. I'm gonna say this, Alan Tudyk is becoming one of my favorite voice actors. I think he is very talented with his voices, and I think he's got a pretty great career going on. I know some people do not like his latest voice role, which was Valentino from Wish, but I still thought it was pretty funny. Nice Patrick Stewart impression. I don't know if that's what he was going for, but that's what it sounded like to me. And we got Sour Bill. And I feel like, I think it's Brad Stein. I think he was supposed to voice this. This was a character based off of him, because it just reminded me of him and his, you know, sir, I'm gonna need you to calm down, okay? Okay, and then we got Duncan and Winchell. They're allies. We're seeing the allies and Taffeta. Montefiore. Mutton Fudge. Okay, the racers are some of his allies. So he has a lot of allies. Then he also has the Cybugs. And we got our conditions. There's the glitch. We need to make sure Vanellope has the glitch in order for us to win the game. But unlike a lot of other, I find it very interesting because unlike a lot of other villains where you need that, where you have like a certain condition of defeating somebody, like Shere Khan or, you know, Ratigan or Snow White or something like that, what I find is very interesting about that is that you need to have that person have a certain thing before you defeat them. And I don't know that many villains who actually had that condition where they need to have like a certain thing on them before they're defeated. So that's interesting. We got Go. You may move up to 2 allies to new locations. Have some candy. And out of order. Okay. I'm now going to put him back. I will put this right here. Okay, yes, they're supposed to be laying down. Or at least Shere Khan, yeah, Shere Khan needs to be laying down. And we'll put this right here. And then we'll put this right here. And then, yes, I will even do this on the video. I will lift this up and put this on like so. And there you go. That's everything in Sugar and Spite Target Edition. Okay, well, that is everything inside Disney Villainous Sugar and Spite Target Edition. I will not put, I know you noticed I did not put Target Edition on the title. That's because I just felt like not doing that. But I want to also know, if you do end up watching this and you see and you don't have the Target Edition, please let me know what's the major difference between King Candy's mover for this one and King Candy's mover for that one. I'm just still theorizing that it's going to be more like Shere Khan's, where you can, it's more translucent, you can see through it, because that's what a lot of them had, like you can kind of see through them, which is really cool. It's not as a solid of a color. But all in all, so Jordan and I actually purposely held off. We usually try out all the new villains because we usually have 3 people, and so we can always try out a 3-player one. But since we only had, we got the Filled with Fright, which only had 1 villain in it, instead of, I came up with the idea, instead of one of us having like a villain that we've never played as before and trying to figure out how to play as that villain, and the other 2 have villains that we've probably played as before or probably could figure out how to play as, or we've seen somebody else play as that villain, I felt like that was going to give the other players an unfair advantage in the game. So to take away that advantage, I just decided, let's wait until this one comes out, then we can play this one with Filled with Fright. I do like the experimentation that Ravensburger did for this, but I really hope that the next expand-alone that they come out with will have 3 villains like traditionally. This was nice, but let's bring back the 3 villain system, because that's a lot more fun to do. So, but all in all, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to be notified when our next unboxing video comes out, which should be soon if Jordan gets some board games for her birthday, because her birthday is in July, as you guys know, so it's coming up. So we'll see about that. And now, if you've never played Disney Villainous, we do have a how to play video. I will leave that in the description below, as well as the video itself, so you can check out how to play Disney Villainous, and that way you can see if that's a game for you. I will see you there, but until then, thanks for the views.